What are your thoughts about the Trump indictment?
Uh, it's probably garbage.
Probably garbage?
Yeah.
Did you read it?
No.
That interview is from the Trump classified documents indictment. There's so many indictments now, I can't even keep track. But this is how the average Trump supporter always answers these questions. Watch.
And then what about the audio recording that got released?
Probably garbage.
You didn't listen to it? How would you know it's garbage if you don't even look into it? Some serious things are being accused here.
Like, tell me what it is. Like, what
Mishandling and classified documents, holding on to them when he wasn't supposed to have them,
All right.
violating a subpoena, lying to federal authorities, obstructing an investigation, and conspiring with other staffers to move around documents to keep federal authorities from getting them.
Sounds pretty serious, but doesn't everybody do that?
There you go. Head in the sand, doesn't even want to read about it, doesn't even want to know about it. And then when he finds out about it, it's whataboutism. Doesn't everybody do this? Everyone does this. But then this guy right here is getting more serious with the newer indictments. Watch this clip.
Hey, listen up, Trump supporters. You guys have got to get out right now. Get the hats on, get the flags up, get the yard signs out. Start showing up at these fraudulent court case deals and show your support for Donald Trump. Disclaimer, FBI, I'm not saying go down to the courthouse and overthrow it. You guys do that with your fake FBI agents, not us. We don't go for violence.
So this guy now, as the indictment for January 6th has come out, the Georgia indictments have come out, this guy's encouraging Trump supporters to show up, and then he has the wherewithal to go, hey, by the way, FBI, I am not advocating for violence. Trump supporters don't like violence. Really? What about this?
All right. Don't tell me! I was in 9/11! I searched for bodies! I'm a f***ing animal!
I am an effing animal. That's Sarah Carpenter, one of the January 6th rioters, losing her mind. And we didn't even show actual violence happening, but she was right there at the incitement of the violence. And yeah, I would say Trump supporters are violent and have been violent. We've had now death threats coming out against some of the judges in these court cases. We had death threats in Utah towards Joe Biden. Donald Trump, from the beginning, has convinced people to commit crimes for him, and then when they take the fall, he hasn't done anything for them. Unfortunately, a lot of these people are probably mentally ill. There was a guy, a lot of people don't remember this, but back around the time of the election, there was a guy in, I believe, Kansas, who shot a couple of brown dudes in a bar, and he thought he'd shot Iranians. He actually went to another bar and said, I just shot a couple of Iranians. Turns out they were Indians that were working as engineers in his area, and he shot them, and a lot of it had to do probably with the anti-immigrant sentiment that was going around in the 2016 election lead up with the Muslim ban that Trump wanted and with all of his tough talk. His words have meaning. And unfortunately, a lot of these people are just unchained and they're out of their minds, and they still are showing up for him. I don't get it. I don't know why. Here's the case. Listen, if my biggest hero in the world, whoever that person was, were to be clearly shown to have tried to overthrow democracy, that's when I would draw the line. I'd be like, okay, the guy's a criminal. You could still like him. I still like him. I like how he really says it like it is. That's what they like about him. He says what's on his mind. I love it. All right, you can love it, but go, the guy's a criminal. And by the way, if you really are a Republican who wants to win in the general election, you're going to have a real hard time winning with a guy who is dirtier than mobsters, who is dirtier than Pablo Escobar. This guy, 4 indictments, and none of it is made up. It's all legit. Like the first guy that was talking about the classified documents indictment. The difference between others who had found classified documents and Donald Trump was when they found classified documents in Joe Biden's place or in Mike Pence's place. when asked for those documents, they were returned. Donald Trump couldn't return them. He had to go hide them in the bathroom and try to obstruct justice, and then claim that he had the right to declassify them, even though on tape he says, I didn't have the right to declassify them. So it's just lots and lots of evidence against the guy. Don't even get me started on the whole Atlanta indictment that just came out. There's tape of him talking to the Secretary of State in Georgia saying, find me those 11,000 such and such votes. There's tape. These people are hearing it with their own ears. They're seeing it with their own eyes. The day of the January 6th insurrection, attempted coup, he was tweeting that Mike Pence didn't have the courage to overturn the election. When they were already in the Capitol, Mike Pence's life was at stake. They were going to hang Mike Pence, and this guy's ego would not allow him to say, guys, drop back, let Mike Pence go. I lost fair and square. His ego won't let him do it, but these people don't see it. So what am I doing? Why am I yelling at the camera trying to convince anybody of Donald Trump's guilt? We all know, 99% of the people know he's guilty, but a certain percentage choose to put their head in the sand and pretend like he is some noble guy that should be defended. He doesn't care about these guys. Even that guy who was basically telling Trump supporters to show up and turn to violence, he doesn't care about that guy. He doesn't care about any of these guys. This guy is a narcissist. He's a pig, and he should go to jail. And by the way, he's not above the law. That's the best part of all this. I'm proud to be American. When I see these indictments, it makes me proud to be American. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Maz Jobrani. I'm a comedian. I have a special on YouTube. It's called The Birds and the Bees. Watch it, and I hope you enjoy it. And do me a favor, register to vote and vote blue. And if you're going to vote red, then just vote for someone who's not a criminal. That's all. You get rid of George Santos and get rid of Donald Trump. A couple of criminals. And there's others as well. Because a lot of people were involved, by the way, in this conspiracy. Maybe Ted Cruz is going to get caught up in this. Maybe Josh Hawley will get caught up in this. Maybe Marjorie Taylor Greene. Some of your favorites. Maybe Jim Jordan. Some of your favorites are going down. Rudy Giuliani's a co-conspirator. John Eastman. Going down. Going down. All right. Schadenfreude. Schadenfreude. That's the word. Schadenfreude. Enjoy it.